Taking the convo to high levels. Comment, like, and subscribe if you're enjoying Durable Minds Radio.
What's on your mind?
Okay, so for
How
starters,
we pronounce your name?
I never said I have everything. If I did say I had everything, it was a lie. I never said that. I said in life I'm good right now, but I know there's more. Secondly, I know having money is having money. Everybody need money. I get that part. And you, as long as you got the money and you have a plan, you're gonna get to where you want to be. But I don't feel like I never in my life had folks. I don't plan on it. People ask me
Why is
about it,
that?
you know. I just feel like I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna say
Structure.
it's really because I feel like what I never experienced it. So I don't know what it's like. And
How did you get
honestly,
in the game?
I just so my homegirl put me onto it when I was
See,
like,
and and
Also,
and
she running
bro,
with the renegade and got
exactly
tricked from the renegade.
but
right.
let me
And
let me
I
say
bet
something.
both of
Y'all
y'all
can
not friends no more.
that's my cousin. We still good.
Okay. But even
But
still though, you so what? And all because she don't got folks. And so you follow the leader because she didn't have it in your understanding of success is what you see in her eyes. So now you feel that
no,
that's
no,
the
no, no.
best
Let me
path for
explain
you.
something.
how
Okay.
how old are
She
you?
put
How old are you?
24.
She a baby. I knew it.
But let me
Exactly.
say something. I'm never not willing to be educated. Let me explain that. Okay. I
Yeah, but
love
in order for
I
you,
love
but
my
in order for you to get this is what we're trying to say, sweetheart. I understand that you got put on by your cousin, right? I understand that. And ain't nobody downing you for that because everybody got their ways they slide into this shit. Some put on bananas on their heels. You feel what I'm saying? And slide
Mhm.
on into this shit. But the reality of it is that you really don't got a full understanding of it if you haven't got it from the man side.
And
If you
that's what
haven't,
that was the
mhm,
whole point of me asking questions in this
okay,
live. I asked, why do you feel like you need it? What can they teach? That's my point of asking questions, not me.
okay,
But I
Okay.
don't feel like
I
it's for me. And maybe I
I
might be
get that.
wrong.
You are wrong, and I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong. Cause when it comes to the game, like you ain't finna get no trick, no honey without no money, right?
That's right.
Okay, a real pimp ain't finna get no loose brawl, cause that's what we would consider you, a loose brawl. You just loose.
100%.
You're not a real hoe, cause you can't be a hoe if you ain't got folks, baby. So
Not at all.
you just a loose brawl, what we call like renegades and stuff. And really, you wouldn't even be considered a renegade because you ain't never had a pimp. So you
Yeah.
don't even know what the qualifications is for you to actually be a real stomp down hoe. You see what I'm saying? But the thing is like you wouldn't give a trick the time of the day, no conversation, no play, no none of that. You know, he wouldn't get to know what you good at, what you capable of, what he can do to grow your bag without him giving you some money. Correct?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, so it's the same thing for a P. We work in the same atmosphere, baby.
Can I ask a question first? How do we pronounce your name?
Toriana.
Toriana. Now, when you hear a gentleman say he's a pimp, do you look at that gentleman as a negative person or a positive person?
I don't really have. I look at it like he just getting to the money. Like I don't say that.
So let
Like
me ask you this.
you know how like in the movies growing up, I would see on the movies, right? And they'd be like they'd be beating their bitches up and shit like that. I don't view it like that. Like
That's a
I don't.
movie. That's a movie. See,
But
that's
that's
the
what I'm saying.
problem with. But
That's exactly what I just said.
So
I
I
hold
know,
said
on.
but
I
that's
don't
but that's
view
Dangerous,
it like
dangerous,
that because
dangerous, dangerous.
I can't
go
view it
go
because I
ahead.
never
Relax.
experienced it.
Go ahead.
So
I
listen.
can't view it because I never experienced it. Is what
Okay.
I'm
So
saying.
You
So it's
never
not like I
I
would not.
hold on.
I don't have a negative outlook on them, and I don't have a positive. It's just like
Okay. So let's talk about the female. So when you see a female that chooses to have folks, do you think she's doing that because she can't manage her money well, or she doesn't? Why do you think the females choose to have pimps?
I mean, I feel like so when I come across people, so it was this one time I was doing a date and this bitch, he had this. It was some weird shit, and I kind of feel like it was some setup shit. But anyways, long story short, she would end up.
That's why you need the P.
She basically tried to get me with them or whatever, and she was explaining all the positives and shit to me. But I was really feeling like when she was talking about her rates and shit, when she was talking to me, I wasn't feeling it because I'm just looking at her like, bitch, I make more than you on a regular day. Like the shit that you're talking to me. So what you and him got going on is not for me. And I just feel like she was a dumb bitch. I'm not saying
Okay,
every
so
bitch was,
so do
but that
you hold
situation
on,
was dumb
hold
to
on.
me.
So do you think she was dumb because you make more money than her, or do she was dumb because she had a pimp?
I feel like she was manipulated.
So you think females that deal with the man are manipulated? Okay.
I
So
didn't say everyone, but I feel like she personally, yes, was manipulated and brainwashed.
do you have kids?
No.
Do you want kids?
Maybe in the near future.
Now, who would be the father of the kids?
I didn't think that far. I'm not worried about that.
Well, you know what a trick
Coach.
is. All right, hold on, Danger. I'm gonna let you have it right after this.
Okay, go ahead.
You know what a trick is, right? You know a trick is a male, right?
Yeah.
And you know a pimp is a male. So,
Yeah.
do you think there's any type of other man out there?
What do you mean?
Like, do you think there's square man, like the square man that like that doesn't trick or
Uh
doesn't pimp?
huh.
Do you think so? Do you do dates with husbands and boyfriends, right? Basically, what I'm
Yeah.
trying to get you to understand, there is no in between man. So when you think that you don't need a pimp, but you know what a trick is, then therefore you're not gonna never have a man in your life because every man you're gonna be thinking they have trick characteristics because you don't. They're not pimps.
You know what I can say? Ever since I have been doing this, I will say like my view on men has changed.
How
I
Okay.
will
so?
say that
How
because
so?
it's
In what
like
way?
being on this side of the fence, and I see how like people cheat on their wives and shit like this. Like one of my regulars, his wife has breast cancer, and so she don't like to fuck. So he fuck with me, and I just like it changed my view on men because they be sneaking out. It
And
be
you believe
niggas.
and you believe him, and you believe
Yes,
him.
yes, I have him on
Eh, eh,
social media. I believe him.
but
I see
okay,
it.
okay, so you don't think tricks lie?
Everybody lie.
Okay, so but what I'm saying is you can't, but that don't have nothing to do. His wife not fucking him don't got nothing to do with him paying a hoe or a prostitute. You
Not at
understand what
all.
I'm saying? Because
But listen,
he could go out there and easily meet a regular bitch and have a relationship with her. You see what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
basically, that's what he doing with her though,
listen,
or her,
listen.
or her,
What
or
I'm
her, or
saying
her.
is not even just that particular. I know what he's saying is true because I have him on social media. Like I see him and his wife, the whole journey. I have him on social media. But other than that, it's like my views on men definitely changed. I don't ever feel like I feel like just seeing how these niggas be treating their bitches to come fuck with me and shit like that. It definitely changed my views. I
It
feel like
changed your
any
views.
yes,
I'm
it
saying
changed
so.
my views on men.
You change your views and how in a negative way or a positive way? How it change your view? Like where you used to believe that men were honorable and stand up guys, all of them.
I feel like it was some, but it's just like the guys that I see, like I wouldn't have even expected them to be the types that they were.
Okay, let me
Did
ask
you?
you this. But let me ask you this. What do you think about a pimp that fuck with a hoe then?
Say it again.
What do you think? How do you feel about a pimp that fucks with a hoe then?
What you mean, like
Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
You mean like you mean like
He
he's
thinks they're
her
being
pimp and he fucking
manipulated.
her?
She thinks the
Yeah,
pimp is
that's exactly what
manipulating
she
the
think.
female.
Right, right.
I,
I'm
I
not just
do.
not that
Everything is
he
manipulation.
not that he fucking her. Do you? Because what I'm getting from you is that the reason why you don't fuck with men, and quote me, if I'm wrong, stop me if I'm wrong. You feel like the reason why you don't fuck with men is because that if you fuck with a man, he gonna be out. No matter what kind of man he is, he gonna be out there fucking anything. He gonna be fucking with
I
hoes. He
feel
gonna be
like
fucking with
all
squares.
men. I feel like all men fuck fuck off on their bitches. I feel like
Not at
everybody
See, that's
all.
do.
a
Men
see.
like variety.
But
Men
listen,
like
what you're saying,
variety.
men fuck up. See, this is why you need a P, because
One
you're
hundred
saying you're
percent.
in the game. You're saying you're in the game, and you're saying you feel like all men fuck off on they bitches, right?
Yeah.
Right. But you a part of that. So how can you condemn something that you a part of? I don't
I mean,
get that.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. For it's. So you telling me? So you telling me you could be with one woman for the rest of your life?
Yeah, I could be with one woman for the rest of
Hold
my
on, hold
life.
on, hold on, hold on, Dang, hold on. No,
You
this ain't.
never cheated?
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on,
I'm not a square, so
hold
it
I'm
on,
ain't no
asking you.
cheating.
hold
I
on.
no, cause I'm not a square. It ain't no cheating. When I fuck with a woman, she know what it is when she get with me. See,
Out
the
the gate.
problem, right? You've been fucking with tricks majority of your life. At
And
24 years
boyfriends.
old, right? You've been fucking with tricks and you've been fucking with squares. So they gonna lie to you, just like I'm telling you, the nigga who telling you about the cancer situation with his wife. He been with that woman for a long time. She know everything about him. She probably ain't giving him no pussy. Him.
Listen, hold
That's
on.
probably a
And
part of
Dangerous,
it,
hold on,
yeah.
hold on. Let me just put this in real quick because Dangerous is right. But what he's trying to tell you, young lady, is that you got to put in your mind that these tricks been tricking longer than you've been
Way longer than your
born.
24 years.
So
Yeah,
sometimes
that is
So
true. A lot of
sometimes
my
when
tricks
so
are,
hold on, hold on,
yeah.
hold on. So sometimes when you give these tricks titles like regulars, they know how to utilize that title to play on your emotional strings. You get
I
what I'm saying?
don't,
But
so,
hold on, don't get defensive. All I'm trying to say is take that in consideration, right? And the beauty of these females that do deal with pimps, they might not make as much money as you because they have more discipline, they have more structure, right? So yeah, she might say her quota might be lower this and lower that, but in that time frame, she might utilize communication skills. Within your time frame, you might utilize something else. So that's the difference that you're not seeing within the structure of having a man that understands other men, which is tricks, that can tell you that these tricks been tricking longer than you. So don't actually listen. Just like we say, Jose is no say, trick say is no say too, right?
100%.
So it's like you gotta utilize. Okay, he thinks he knows he my regular, so he might try to play with my emotional strings to get me off guard. You know what I'm saying? To try to make arrangements with me. You know what I'm saying?
I'm hearing you.
And that's and this is the thing, right? When you look at the pimp man, you can't look at him as, trying to use a female because a female is dealing with a trick that's a man. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's a lifestyle, not a hustle, right? Now you do run into it. I think that you personally, you've probably ran into a lot of guys that portray being the pimps, but they're really not pimps.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of young females that enter the game through the back door, meaning a homegirl told them or a family member told them what a trick was, they really experience these wannabe pimps a lot. And that's all I want to say. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I want to ask her this question right here.
I
So
could
if you
say,
met if you met a man and he got his own thing going on, like he got some other things going on where he's having money and he doing some things outside added on. I'm not gonna say outside because everything is game related. You know what I'm saying? Even if you got some regular businesses and things going on, you running game through that shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you meet a man that's like that, and would you fuck with him or would you not fuck with him because he got other bitches?
What do you mean? Like fucking him
Because
why?
it
What do you mean?
because the only thing I hear you saying is that niggas fuck other bitches. That's all I hear you saying, and you saying that like you really don't want to fuck with a nigga that's fucking other bitches. That's all it sound like you saying.
No, no, no. Let me hold on.
Get good
It's
clarified.
funny. It's funny because
Clarify.
I literally just run across this on TikTok. Like Ari Fletcher was talking about, like, would you stay with a man if he cheat on you if you had money? And she said, hell yeah. And I say, hell yeah. You damn motherfucking Skippy, I will.
That's
But
called
you ain't
I'd
even
rather
trying.
that's a
I'd
trick card.
rather cry in a Benz.
Right.
What you
But you ain't
mean?
trying to. Right. But you ain't even trying to fuck with a man. You said
Not
you
at this
said the
point. At
reason why
this point in my life, no, I'm not.
If a
at
I'm
20.
female
not.
So you
don't
gonna
have
wait
enough
let
money,
me explain something to you. Let me explain something to you about a female time clock and a man time clock. The older we get, the better we get. The older y'all
yeah,
get, the worse off y'all are. Because
yeah,
y'all trauma bonding with motherfuckers, niggas is pumping all kind of DNA in you, and that shit is throwing you off. You know what I'm saying? And your age, when you get older, as you age, you don't look as good as you look when you was 24, baby, or when you was
Oh
yeah.
22, 23. You understand? Especially if you're not taking care. You smoke weed?
no.
You drink?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
That's
Well,
worse
you
than
know what I'm
smoking
saying?
weed.
That's exactly. So, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
That's
occasionally.
what are you waiting on? What are you waiting on? Because you're not gay, are you?
No.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm just asking questions, baby. I'm a little passionate. I'm a
No,
little
what
passionate.
happens is these girls when they get the 304 phase and then they really utilize and see what a trick really is, they put a lot of guys in the trick category. And they don't want the structure of the pimp. That's why I tell everybody that a female that is in the 304 phase or does the OnlyFans or any type of prostitute sex working field business needs to be with the pimp man because they're dealing with trick males. So now when they're
Right.
off work or whatever, when they talk to men, they're psychologically knowing this dude could be a trick.
Right. Right.
And that's
Let me
why they
let me.
say, oh, I'm not worried about men right
I,
now.
I have a question for the young lady.
How long you been
Hmm.
in the game? How long you been in the game?
That was one of my questions.
I started when I was 16 years old.
Oh,
16.
yeah. See, you
Hmm.
tainted. See,
Yeah.
you tainted. You tainted, and you're one of those girls. You're one of those girls that if you meet a girl that's got folks and shit like that, you will be asking her why.
I
Cause
do,
you're,
cause like
She
I
yeah,
do.
said,
cause
I
you're tainted.
always
I know. Cause you're
Yeah, she
tainted.
do.
You're tainted. If you've
just
been in the
no, no,
game,
no.
and
Just
listen,
like I
listen,
just said up
listen to
here.
this. Listen to this real quick. If you've been in the game since you were 16 years old, that means you've been dealing with pedophiles. Okay. So
Hmm.
let's keep it 100. You're scarred and you're bad for business.
But
For real.
let me say something. So you're saying, damn, I done lost my train of thought.
That's
There's
that
so much game
alcohol.
I
When I
know.
was
That's
16.
that alcohol.
No, that's that
I
game, P.
drink occasionally.
She ain't
Excuse
Yeah.
drunk
me.
right now. She punch drunk off this motherfucking ism.
Hey,
No, I
hello.
have
What?
something to say. I really so no, I don't. I act just like I came on this live and I said this. I said I'm always willing. You said you asked her why, right? And I said yes. And just like I came on this live and I said what I said I'm always willing to for knowledge. I want to know. I want to see everybody perspective. You know what I'm saying? So of course I asked her why, because I'm not
Yeah,
knocking it.
but you're poison though. Like you're poison because this is the
Well,
thing. You've been in the game.
Jesus.
Yeah, you poison. I'm just being honest with you, baby. You've been around since you were 16. Understand your place in the world. You've been around since you were 16 years old, and you're now 24 years old, and you have not chose up with one man. You
I
have not
didn't.
taken. You right. You have. So that means you don't take men serious at all. So there's nothing for you to even say to anybody about anything because you're scarred. You're scarred. And you probably at 16 years old have you ever been sexually assaulted?
No.
You ain't never been sexually assaulted.
No.
You ever worked the blade?
No.
Okay, then see that's what I'm saying. You ain't really no hoeing. You ain't you
So to
what
be
you work
a
you
hoe,
just
I
work
have
off
to
the
be
line.
sexually
You
assaulted.
No, 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 that's not what I'm saying. It's the experiences that you get to make you understand why the importance of why you need the man. What you work on the lines,
I work. I work the sites.
the sites, you work on the lines. So you just sit in the hotel room all day and just wait on the motherfucker to come by and fuck on you.
I do outs. I do ins.
Right. But so what you
Dangerous,
are,
dangerous. You can't talk so crazy because
oh,
they
I'm
gonna
sorry
catch
about
on
that.
and they ain't gonna let us go live. So you gotta
My
just
my bad. My bad. My bad.
we
My
gotta
bad, bear.
get the point across, but bring the
My
scholarly
bad.
with it. It's all
Right,
good though.
right, right, right. My bad, bear. My bad, bear. Because I just be like, it's so much. It's so many people in the game like her when it comes to the younger women, and women are very impressionated. Well, Miss Tori, is it Toriana? Miss Toriana?
Toriana, yes.
Miss Toriana. Women are very impressionated, and the impression that a lot of women like yourself got is really from what I'm listening to you say, it don't have nothing to do with the game. What you're talking about is simps, tricks, because that's your only experience. Regardless if you seen a broad that you probably met and she probably was slow, she probably had mental issues, she probably was on meth, she probably had all type of shit going on with her because a
Um,
lot of times, listen to what I'm saying. A lot of times when y'all on the outside looking in, when you're like y'all see these girls and y'all see what they be going through, y'all don't realize the things that the man has had to deal with this broad. Because men, we thrive on respect. You hear me? We thrive on respect, right?
mhm.
Once a woman starts disrespecting the man, yes, he gonna start treating her any kind of way. And most of the guys now, they don't have enough confidence and discernment to be willing to let a broad go because their overhead be too high. They been to got an apartment with the bitch in the bitch name. They been to got a car with the bitch in the bitch name. They got all type of shit with the bitch in the bitch name. So a lot of times you see guys dealing with bitches they shouldn't even be dealing with, but because they got so much stuff with the broad, they hold on to it until they get something else that come back.
Excuse
And
me, let me
usually,
just say something to reply to the comments.
go ahead.
Um, I'm reading these messages, the real Tiana. So no, it's not to get my nails done and not to get my hair done. See, I invest. So as of right now, like this is when y'all say, like y'all were saying earlier, the lifestyle, the lifestyle. Now y'all have all this terminology because y'all are deeper into it than me. Now when you say, like I do it not to get my nails and my hair done. Like I'm paying for school, college. And I'm not doing it to get my hairs and my nails done. That's petty.
Why
I
don't
do
you
that
get
on a
a
regular day.
job? Why don't you get a job?
Because it's
Right.
honestly, so okay, just like I told you when I
Because
started when
this
I
is
was
not a
16.
hustle. This is
Listen,
what I'm trying to explain though. This is not
but
a
you
hustle
can
though.
I hello? So a job when you once you start doing this, right? And you make the money you make, it come like this, right? Then you get a job. You gotta wait a week for your check. You gotta wait 2 weeks for your. It's not. I'm not with. And then
You
the
gotta
check.
abide by the
Then the
rules.
check. Then the check. I get it. The check that they're making, I get it in a day.
But it's not just that though. But that's not your problem, Tiana,
Toriana.
Miss Toriana. That's not your problem.
You
The
don't have to
problem with
pay for
most
school every day.
what right with most girls, the reason
What?
why most girls don't get a job, let me be real with you because I've been in this for a while. I'm 48 years old. The reason why most girls don't get a job is because they want to do whatever they want to do. They don't, sometimes they feel like a nut and sometimes they don't. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes
Mhm.
they want to listen to people and sometimes they don't. And the thing about being successful is the
Mhm.
number one thing that make do you what's the number one thing that make you successful?
I don't know. You telling me knowledge?
Consistency.
No. Consistent. Thank you, Bear. Consistency. And the
Okay.
reason why a lot of girls don't want men because most of the time when you have a man, it's about structure. That's why most women, even a square, because you like to bring up the square, right? Even the square. When a woman marries a man, she gets with that man for the family structure. It's the same
Mhm.
thing. It's the same thing with the game. The woman gets with the man for that structure because she knows that she needs guidance. And a lot of the problem with the younger generation is y'all think that y'all got the guidance because of social media and because of like GPS and navigation. I'm gonna give you an example. Just hear me out real fast. Before you had GPS, you had to read a map if you wanted to know how to go cross country and go to
Mhm.
another state and things like that. Women look for men to be able to do that and protect them in their transition. While they trans going and where they're going, they look for those things. So now
Mhm.
y'all have social media and GPS and things like that. So you don't feel like because you know that if I want to learn how to do my makeup, I could just go on YouTube. If I want to
Mhm.
learn how to, what I'm saying, change a tire, I can go. So it's things that you do. But at the end of the day, there are consistent elements and commitment elements that women don't have. Women are the biggest procrastinators. Women are emotional by nature. So what that does is, like, I'm pretty sure you've been in the game since you were 16 and you're 24, right? I'm
Mhm.
going to give you a prime example. How much money you got saved? Don't nobody know you, so it
Um,
don't matter. How much money you got saved?
I would say at the moment, I would say like $3,000.
That's that's ludicrous. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Regardless of what you've been paying for, you've been in the game almost a decade, and
And
you only have three.
that's something that I can agree with you. upon, because like in the beginning it was like, shit, I got it, just spend it, it's gonna come right back, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then eventually, as I just kept going, I noticed certain things. You get what I'm saying? Even
Right.
like you said, even though I'm paying for shit, even though I'm paying for my everyday life, even though I'm paying for school and shit like that, I should still be putting shit up. And that is something that I do struggle with. And I'ma just keep it peak with
But,
you.
but you're gonna always struggle with that, and the majority you're gonna always struggle with that because you are an emotional person. So you're gonna spend your money emotionally. So if you're happy, you're gonna spend your money. If you're sad,
That is
you're gonna
true.
spend your money.
That is true.
If your mama got some problems, you're gonna spend your money.
That is
If you
true.
if your girlfriend going through some shit with her baby daddy or her dude, you're gonna, girl, fuck them niggas. Let's go out. I'm about bottles on me, baby. You know, I'm gonna
Right.
buy you a night. You see what I'm saying? So with the man, what happens with the man is he says, "Look here, baby, we got to worry about you first. You got to put you first, right? You wanna do things in life. You need to have investments. Your money that you do for things shouldn't be coming out of your money if you saying you in some level of the game. So instead of you taking your money and going by the purse, the trick's supposed to go by the purse for you. You know what I'm saying? But you need a man to teach you to get to that point. And you haven't got to that point in a decade because you came in the game with somebody doing it the way you doing it, and you forever been doing it because that's what's been working for you. And that's why I'm telling you tonight that there's so many different levels to where you should be banked up because you should never have to be spending no money on nobody. The
Prime Time.
tricks.
Did you have a question for the lady?
Nah, I didn't really have a question. I wanted to chime in, you know what I'm saying? Because
Oh, well, go ahead. Speak
Danger,
your mind.
Danger over here baking her like a turkey, you know what I'm saying? I just want to come in and
No,
chime in
no,
real
I
quick,
feel
man.
like it's just a conversation, and I also feel like on this, I come across this live a lot, and I sit and I listen, but I hear a lot of men points of views. I see y'all points of views. It's never a female up here saying her thoughts or this, that, and third. And what it is, a woman up here with her thoughts. It's a man over talking her with his thoughts.
You know, the women that's really a part of this lifestyle, baby, they shouldn't be in here, and they definitely
I
shouldn't
can
be
turn my
talking to us.
camera off.
You know what I'm saying?
So I ain't
They
gonna lie to
definitely
my
shouldn't be
face.
talking to us. But what I will say, you know what I'm
I
saying,
mean,
to
you should be
piggyback a
talking
little
to
bit
us. Oh my
off
god.
of what the older gentleman was saying to you, right? You may not like their delivery, you know what I'm saying? You was getting a little defensive and shit. I understand, right? Because you're not, it's your mindset, baby. It's your mindset right now. Right now, it's just about the money, you know what I'm saying? And that's why you don't got a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not
Um,
playing the game correctly, right?
The
When
mm.
you
real,
keep
the real
thinking
T.
about the money, you know what I'm saying? When you always worried about the money, that's when the money running from you. You know what I'm saying? That's interchangeable between the pimping and the hoeing. You know what I'm saying? If you, as soon as you need the money right now, that's when the money start running from you. You know what I'm saying? But a man,
Real
right?
T. Tiana, what is your
Hello.
take on a female having a pimp in the lifestyle, or freelancing like she says she's doing?
So I just want to clear up. I wasn't specifically talking about her when I was saying like what I was saying in the comments. I have been in your situation before. I will say when I first got into the game at 18, I did get introduced by a female. I was in the game like not necessarily avoiding pimps, but I was just kind of scared to come to a pimp with like not nothing saved, not really my own shit. I didn't want no situation where a person had to like build me up. I wanted to kind of come with my own shit. So at 28, I did choose up, and yeah, I was with my folks for 2 years, and I recently just kind of like ended that situation though. But yeah, like I feel like if you just kind of like not really putting your mindset out there to want to experience it, you just kind of already putting it down like, well, what do I need it for? What's the reason? You're questioning other hoes that's really trying to, go along the lines respectfully the way they should. And you're, questioning or casting doubt amongst them. This is exactly why peas don't have us around females like you, because you're questioning and you're asking the stuff that you don't necessarily want the real answer to. You don't necessarily want to have a real conclusion on what we're doing. So you're kind of asking to cast doubt amongst what other women in the game are doing and why they're doing it and how they're doing it. And then putting yourself on the pedestal, making it seem like you're doing something way better because you're
I
not giving
wouldn't wait.
your money
I
to
would never
men.
knock another. First of all, I would never knock another. person, let alone another female, for what they doing and how they doing it. I will never knock.
No, you're not
But
knocking them, but questioning them, especially
That,
in a lane that you're
curious.
not even
Everybody
in.
curious.
Yeah, but you're being curious in a way that is kind of, it's a disrespect because you're not being curious by asking a P where you should be asking that information. You're asking somebody that already has a foundation and understanding of where they want to be. So if you're walking around amongst women like me who are paying for the knowledge in the game and the elevation, and you're around me and you're casting doubt, you're kind of throwing salt somebody way because you're questioning something that you don't even really want the real answers to, because if you did, you would be inquiring from a
It's just
P,
it's
not
it's
from
just
another
like
Let me
this.
bitch.
Just
chime
like
in
when I
real quick,
question and
ladies.
I
Let me
ask
chime in here
questions
real
like
quick.
that, it's just
Hold
like
on, baby.
somebody
Let me talk real
questioning
quick.
me
Hold
about.
on. Give me a second, real quick, baby. Check this out. Know what I'm saying, I hear what you're saying over there, and I see where you could think that I feel like she's curious, man. I feel like she hopped in here, right? And maybe her delivery of the questions make you feel as some real hoe and like, oh, this bitch don't believe in what I believe in. Know what I'm saying, that you taking it the wrong type of way. I really think she's curious, and I really think, baby, that you just ain't presented. You ain't been presented with somebody with the right delivery to really make you like, you know what, I need to go see about some pimping. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody that you done ran into, that you didn't talk to, you know what I'm saying, that it came off in a way that's real off putting. You just ain't, you know what I'm saying, found an opportunity that was appealing to you. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? To really
That's
see
what
what
I'm
the pimping
saying.
about.
Exactly. Like you should just go ask and inquire in places where the real answer is there, instead of just
Okay.
kind of going from you shifting from one person and one person, because everybody's situation is different. Everybody reason exactly your reason on
It's
why
just
you
like
in the
a
game.
girl asking me, another woman asking me that work a regular 9 to 5 job, and she asks me, well, I see how you do this and this, that, and the third. Well, how do you do it? How did you come about it and stuff like that? Just like them asking me something like that, I don't feel offended. I don't feel, just like he said, I just feel like they just curious, just like I am. And if you or anybody else felt like I was just throwing salt at them, like, I apologize, but that wasn't what I was doing. I was just genuinely curious. It's two
But that's
thirty in
why
the morning,
we
and I'm
pay.
just.
But that's why we pay for what you're curious about. So
So it was a
that's
guy
what
that
I'm
I was
saying. Like
talking to in
you won't
Vegas.
ever understand because your mindset towards it is, oh, you're just curious. Yeah, I was curious about a lot of shit too, and I had to pay for the information because it's not free. It's not to be told. So even a girl at Burger King asking me, "Oh, I see you do this, or I see you do that. How are you doing that?" Yeah, I could give you little pieces and bits to insinuate what I got going on, but am I going to just full blown explain why I'm like? No one would ever ask you why you a renegade because most people already know the answer. So you will never get questioned and really ran down on by hoes on why you do what you do and why you're not paying nobody, because 9 times out of 10 we already know why. Nobody's gonna ask you that. So it's like it's just certain ways where when you come into the game, if you're coming into it to be serious, yeah, it's a lot of stuff that people are gonna be offended by because they taking it serious. It's not something that they're just doing just because I'm trying to pass some time by. Like it's real structure and shit that's going into
Okay, I
how a
have a
person
question for you.
is
So
elevating.
why did you leave your situation?
I left my situation just because I felt like I wasn't being appreciated, or my what I brought to the table wasn't being bubbled off of, like it wasn't being produced to something other than just what I was bringing. So yeah, I'm looking for a situation now where it's like a person definitely already has to have that structure and foundation. Like I don't want to be the foundation or the back of that because that was just from my past experience.
You
So
was just getting broke on.
basically, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And
Tiff.
so it's just like I'm not looking for, and that happens, you feel me? But I'm not gonna taint everybody else in the game because of one situation or one experience. That was my first P. That was my first experience. I didn't really have that experience before. So yeah, like as far as like what he taught me though, that shit for sure, I applied that shit to my game and I took off like a rocket. But as far as the back end of what they were supposed to be doing, I felt like that just didn't fit me no more. I got the gems that I needed and scooped them up and got on. But now
And
you feel
so
me? I'm looking for a new
since you
situation.
experienced it, now you know. So since you had that experience with that person, now you know that, okay. I finally did have a P because at first you didn't, right? And you said that
Right.
then you start fucking with her, whatever. So now that you have that experience, now you know what you want from the next person, right? Because the experience that you had. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So if I
But I
didn't have
found
the
that out
experience,
by experiencing it though. I didn't
but
find it
that's what
out
I'm
by
saying.
asking
So I didn't
questions.
experience it. So that's
Yeah,
why
but that's the only way you really gonna know in the game.
Look, this is what she's trying to ask. I think this is where y'all gelling at. I mean, bashing at. She's saying like she one on one end, she's saying, okay, you had a bad experience with a pimp, but
Well,
what
I'm
she's
not gonna
trying,
say it was a bad experience.
no,
That's what I'm
but whatever
saying.
it could be, right? But what the understanding is moving forward, you still want to have a pimp because you've
Absolutely.
seen the good outweigh the bad in having a
Absolutely.
pimp. And that's what I think
Absolutely.
she's trying to ask. Like, well, if you had a pimp and it didn't work, why do you want a pimp? She's trying to explain because there's more good with having a pimp in the
no, no,
lifestyle.
no. I was asking her. She
Okay.
gave me her answer. I asked her. She understood what I was asking, and she
Hmm.
said her answer was, "You have to experience it." That's what she's telling me. I asked her,
Hmm.
"The only reason you know what you know is because you experienced it, right?" And she said, "Yeah,
Absolutely.
not asking questions is experiencing." So she understood what I was saying.
And she
Absolutely.
also thinks that you're just here to basically give pushback, not to actually take heed of what we're saying and then be like,
Right.
okay, I'm gonna go get the experience. She
Right.
believes that
Well,
you're up
after
here
this
just
conversation tonight, I'm not going to tell y'all tomorrow. I'm going to be like, okay,
No,
y'all,
it
I
don't
need
gotta
to.
be tomorrow.
No. But what I'm saying is listening to so many opinions and listening to everybody's perspective, I can say, like, okay, I got a little bit of an understanding because at first I had no understanding of it. You get what I'm saying? But I would have never had no understanding if I never would have asked questions. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
no.
that's what I'm saying. You got to ask questions though in the right direction because the game is to be sold, not told. So
But
we like just
this
how
is exactly
I
what
only
this
gave you like
live
a
is
little
for,
bit.
though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I only gave you a little bit though. So it's like you will never really know until you put your feet all the way in the game. Right now you got one foot in the game and one foot out the game. You don't really know exactly where you want to be in the game. You just know you want
That
to make
is
money.
true, yeah.
Yeah. So and it's like that's what I said. I've been trapping for 10 years. Like I can relate because it's like the things that you're dealing with at 24, I'm 31. I've dealt through all that. Like I've kind of went through all the same emotional shit. Like, and it's a healing process while you're trapping though. Like you gotta address these situations. You cannot sweep them under the rug because then that's gonna fuck up your whole game. So all you gonna be doing at 26, you gonna be like, damn, I only got 3 bands saved up because you're not doing the internal work. The one thing about the game is gonna put a mirror up. You have to address what your self issues are, how you view your self worth, how you mentally have a conversation with men, because at the end of the day, that's 90% of your lifestyle is men. You conversing with men. You don't have to always get some money
You
off of
know
a
what?
man by having sex.
Doing this, I did. I can't say like I kind of changed a lot from the beginning, from the beginning when I started until now. Because at first, like I was I didn't know how to conversate. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to stroke a ego. I didn't know how to, you get what I'm saying? You know when they want to do all that extra talking and shit. Like
Yeah.
I wasn't for it. But I learned that's how you keep them coming back. If you got good energy, you got good conversation. You get what I'm saying? On
Because
top of
a
what they
man is
coming for.
visual, but a man is visual, but it's also a package. Like it's all different type of tricks. It's tricks that want to have a conversation. It like I swear to God, for fun, I literally just Google hella random shit about rocket ships, about how bridges are made, the foundation of how a bridge is built. Because the type of tricks that I'm trying to align with are engineers. They're probably working in that. Like these, I'm
Hmm.
manifesting certain things. So if you want to be in these spaces with these specific type of people, you can't be in these spaces and not know what the fuck to talk about or what is going on
Right.
around you. They're going to only respect you at the level that you're at. So you
Hmm.
could be a hoe in a room full of engineers, professors, doctors, but if you don't know what the fuck you talking about, guess what? How they gonna treat you? Like a
Hmm.
hoe. You're going to be treated like a hoe. You're not going to be treated like you are worth the value of you spending your time to be around these people. And they are, oh, I like your conversation. I like your personality. You're a light in the room. Like if you're not going to carry yourself or elevate your game to be in a type of room, like that's why they consider you a 152, because it's like you're not taking your craft serious. You're not really molding or branding yourself into a investment that is worth it. Like anybody can just hear from your conversation. They know like, oh, okay, you just trying to get some money to kind of like survive your situation. Like you're in survival mode. You could tell from your conversation. So it's just like a lot of people, like, it's a mental game. It's not just about money. Like P's are good at what they do because they can mentally read a woman. You're easily readable. P would not, they wouldn't, you would literally be able to, what, they'll get you just like that because you're so easy to read. They already know. Just like how the gentleman came in here and had all the assumptions and all, like, they've been doing it for so long and come across so many type of women, but they all have the same background or the same mental that you have. So it's easy to read that shit and play on that and do all that type of shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
One thing
All
that
right,
I'm gonna add
all
to what
right.
she
Oh, go
just
ahead,
said,
go
a
ahead, go
very
ahead.
important. Go ahead, Bear. Go ahead,
Go ahead.
P.
No, go ahead, go ahead. I'm
I was
letting y'all
gonna say,
finish.
man,
Gonna
a
wrap it up.
very important, very important piece. If you forgot anything, right, that the lady said, remember this part, right? You need to work on those things that you got within yourself because understand that you don't really, like she said, right? She left her situation because it wasn't beneficial to her no more. But she has the understanding that there is something beneficial out there for her. You know what I'm saying? But she also understands at this point, right, from what she's saying, that she has to come correct so that she can receive that blessing. Understand that fucking with some real pimping is a blessing. It's not an opportunity that's afforded to any woman that's just claiming to be some hoe. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
when you come to some real pimping, you know what I'm saying, and you really want, you know what I'm saying, what these ladies out here will give anything to have, you know what I'm saying, you got to come correct. You know what I'm saying? So you got to come mentally prepared for that. You got to come physically prepared. You got to be taking care of yourself because that pimp that you really want to fuck with, that you curious about learning about, you know what I'm saying? He all the way put together. And he ain't gonna take nothing except the best because that nigga's the best.
And that
Understand
right
that.
there that's one of the things that I learned and I gained from like being like under a P. It's like they show you your value. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're a woman, you know your value. We already are built in knowing our value. We don't need a man to tell us our value, but it's like the way a man is logically thinking of value and the way women are feeling about value. Those are two separate values. A man is thinking about value, a woman is feeling value. Our feelings do not do shit for us. Logic does way more for us than feelings do. So a man could logically tell you about your value and have you implement those things within yourself to where you could go around another man, square, trick, whoever the fuck, and whatever they telling you or whatever they're trying to feed you to get you to devalue yourself, you're not going to listen to that because you're dealing with somebody who holds you to such a standard that you would never devalue yourself in for the representation of somebody that is showing you your value. So it's like it's a mental stimulation apart from just, oh, I'm paying this person my money. Like that is the bottom tier of the whole infrastructure. Like you paying somebody, everybody paying something towards something. So it's just like it's all just how you're gonna value yourself and what you're gonna take in from the person you under. Because even with me, my situation wasn't all the way perfect, but I did gain a lot of stuff that did help me amplify my game. So now the next situation I go to, I'm already gonna be way more efficient than where I was when I met this person because I've already did the work. I've kind of applied certain things. I've take away other things. You know, it's all just what works, what doesn't work.
All right, good, good. This is good. This is good. So, did you want any last words, young lady that was up here?
I just want to say, mm, I want to say that this live was a very informative and fun one, and I'll be back in the next one.
Oh, I appreciate you coming up.
Have a good night.
You too. And that was good dialogue right there. I appreciate both ladies coming up. Both ladies coming up. There was no rambling and arguing or emotions back and forth. It was very, very educational, very, very informative. You know, they controlled their emotions very well there, right? And I appreciate the gentlemen coming up, speaking their words of wisdom as well, you know. And it's on that female's decision, man, whether she wants to get the experience of dealing with a pimp or not, right? We could say a million words to the bride. If she don't get it, she don't get it, right? And that's just what it is.
Follow Biz and Beez, where the game's a breeze. Talking real life moves with that boss expertise. From the grind to the goal, we keep it sweet like honey. Follow Biz and Beez, where the truth makes money.